All right, we're going to learn basic beginner tablature here. And I'm also going to teach you a very easy finger picking pattern. I'm going to teach you how to do this. Hey, it's Bob Harris here, and if you're a beginner on the guitar and you want to learn how to finger pick, you've come to the right place. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel. Just click on this button here and subscribe. And let's get right into the lesson. Here we go. All right, we are looking at a piece of sheet music, and this is where the tablature is. This is the notes on these lines, and this is a chord that we're going to be playing with our left hand. And this is the song Amazing Grace. We're learning this over at our channel here. So the first thing I want to show you is these vertical lines. From here to here and in between, this is called one measure. All right, here's a large version of one measure, and we're going to focus in on the tablature area first. Here's the tablature, and you will notice that there's horizontal lines going across, and you're saying, what is this? It looks just like the staff music for notes. But no, these are actually the strings of your guitar. To make this make more sense, let me pull out my guitar, and I'm actually shooting this from my vantage point of me looking at my guitar, just like you would be looking at your guitar. The tablature is the same vantage point. We're looking at the guitar neck, okay, from our vantage point. So this is string number 1, string number 2, string number 3, 4, 5, 6, same as we're looking at. And that's usually very confusing for guitarists when they're trying to learn tablature, but that's what we're looking at. So now I want to break down all the elements that are inside the measure. In this measure that we're using as an example, there's a total of 6 notes that are played, and this note right here is the same as this note that's written on the tab. Think of the tablature as another way to read sheet music. And this note right here corresponds with that one. And these are the exact same notes. They line up right underneath each other. Same exact notes. Reading from left to right. The numbers that we see here represents the fret position that we're playing on our left hand. So this first note right here says the number 3. And so what we do, let me get my guitar. We go up 3 frets. These are the frets. And we press on the 6th string. So that's the first note of this measure that we play. And then the next note that we play is this note right here. It says 0. I also call that open. We don't fret anything on the left hand. We just play that open note. Okay, that means 0 or open. So that's the 4th string open. The next note that we play is the 3rd string open. The next note we play is the 2nd string open, then the 3rd string open again, and then the 4th string open. This chord diagram is the fretboard of your guitar, only it's tilted upwards. So the headstock would be right here, and the rest of the neck would be down here, and the body. And these are the frets right across here. This is fret 1. This right here is the nut. And here's fret 2. And here's fret 3. This black dot means you press your finger just below the fret, like we've done, with our 3rd finger. Now these X's mean that we don't play these notes. So we're only playing string 6. This is the 6th string, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. So that's what you need to know with the chord. All right, there's definitely pluses and minuses to both the notes and the tab. When you're reading them, there's some information when you're learning guitar that's left out of both. But there's also advantages to each one. And let me go over the advantages of the notes first. So what the notes will tell us is obviously the note, and it will also tell us the name of the note. If you know how to read music, you would know that this is a G note, and you would know that this is a D note. So it tells us the name of the notes. and also tells us what the timing is, or more importantly, when to play. And that's one of the great things about being able to read notes, is it tells us when to play. All right, so that's the advantage of the notes. Now the advantage of the tab is you don't need to know the names of the notes to be able to play what's written in the sheet music. And tab is really an easy solution for beginners that don't want to get bogged down with learning the language of the notes and just want to play the guitar. So what tab has that notes don't have is it tells you where the note is on the guitar. This just tells you that it's a G note, but it doesn't tell you where it is, where the tab tells you where it's located. So that's very cool. That's a big advantage of tablature. It tells you where the note is. The downfalls of the notes, it doesn't tell you where the note is, obviously. And it also doesn't tell you what fingers to use on the right hand, which fingers we're using on the right hand to pluck the guitar. Doesn't tell you that. The downfall of the tab, it doesn't tell us when to play. It just gives them in order, but it doesn't have, any timing or groove associated with it like the notes do. It doesn't tell us when to play. So that's a big downfall of the tablature. That's the major downfall of the tablature. And the tablature also doesn't tell us which fingers to use on the right hand. I'm going to go ahead and solve that problem right now. All right, so I've created what's known as a flow chart that I put right underneath the tablature. And you're not going to see this anywhere else. This is something that I've created that I use with my students, and it kind of helps with just the things that are missing from the notes and the tablature, especially for the tablature, because we don't need to learn these notes, okay? But we do need to learn the tablature. Right here, this is fingers, this first row right here. These are the fingers that we're plucking with our right hand. And you don't see that in the tablature here. So we're 3 frets up on the 6th string, and we're plucking, this is the 6th string. I've put the string order right here, the strings we pluck for this pattern, and we're plucking it with our thumb. And the next note that we're playing, which is the 4th string, we're plucking that with our thumb as well. And the 3rd string, we are plucking with our index finger. 2nd string, we're plucking with our middle finger, and this is, of course, open notes. We're not playing anything on our left hand. Fingers, of course, this is right hand. We're using our index finger on the 3rd string, open, and then we're using our thumb again for the 4th string, open. All right, so that solves the problem with the fingers that we're using on the right hand. Now, let's get into the counting. I'm going to get my metronome out and my guitar, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with the counting, because this doesn't tell you anything about what the rhythm is, and this is why I've put these 2 items here, the counting and the metronome. Hold it right there. I want to see if you're getting this tab stuff. I have a little quiz for you. I have 4 measures here that I made up, and it's a little song. And here's the tab, here's the notes, but we're missing the chords above. I have 4 questions. What's the chord to measure 1? What's the chord to measure 2? What's the chord to measure 3? And what's the chord to measure 4? I'm going to let you look at this for a little bit, and you should be able to figure this out, okay? This is 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2. What chord is that? Next measure, 0, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Next measure, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then 3, 2, 0, 1, 0, 2. In the comments area below this video, just write down your 4 answers. Which 4 chords are associated with this tablature? All right, let's see if you can guess it. Let's get back to the lesson. All right, so I've got my metronome with me, and this is a standalone version, but you can get one online for free that goes into your computer that you could adjust the tempos with. And they also have metronome apps for smartphones. I'm still carrying around a dumb phone, a flip phone, and well, just wait and see. Someday it's going to be worth a lot of money. Anyway, let me go to the sheet music here. Let's first work on this part right here, the metronome, to show you what's happening during this measure with the metronome. All right? So the metronome is playing the downbeats. Okay? And I'm just going to put this on. And I'm just going to show you where this is pretty self-explanatory, but it goes like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So obviously that was more, I counted more than just a measure. After 3, the next beat would be the next measure, all right, in the sheet music. So there's 3 beats in this measure, 3 downbeats. So what's happening here is we're going to be putting ands in between these beats here when we're counting. So let me show you how the counting goes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Obviously, again, we did more than one measure here. So let me go ahead and play this for you. I'm going to play this, maybe this measure, I'm going to repeat this measure 3 times. All right, so I hope that helped with clearing up some of the mystery of tablature. There's more to it than that, but those are the basics. And if you want to learn Amazing Grace with me, it's a free course. All you have to do is download the free study guide right here. And we've got more songs on the acoustic guitar videos and lessons channel. If you want to subscribe, just hit the subscribe button. We'll keep you up to date. See you in the next video.